Cause we are the ones been fighting for the right to vote. The right to vote. It's no place that seems safe. So they've been praying for the night to go.
Yeah, that's it. But all right, so back to your music, right? Because I know when I first found out that you were making music, you were in that gospel scene and you were making like gospel rap, right?
Right.
I remember that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you made a transition from that to like more popular rap or something like that. What did you actually make a transition? If so, what was it like and why?
Yeah, that's.
I'll say this: I never was a gospel rapper. I never really was. What I was, I'm a kid from Brooklyn who started rapping. And as I grew up, man, as I turned 19, 20, man, I stopped doing music. It wasn't something that really interests me anymore. I had a kid on the way. Everybody always used to tell me that, man, you can't stop doing music. You're too talented, all this stuff. But you know what I mean? I had life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, life happens, as they say.
Right, so I put the pen down like a long time ago. And the reason I picked the pen back up is because I was pretty much, it was something that was prophesied to me by more than one person that, I don't know if you know what prophecy is, but it's a person who is hearing from whatever their higher power is, and they're relaying a message from beyond to you. And, you know, I took that as I needed to make a certain kind of music. But all I was doing was boxing myself in, and that music wasn't
heavy.
It wasn't true art. It's like, let's say you're a great artist, Garnett. You can paint masterful pictures.
Yeah.
And then I tell you that I need you to paint this picture, but you can't use red or blue, and you can't use yellow. But everything else you can use it.
Oh,
and then you're painting this picture.
Yeah, I dig it.
Damn if you don't need some yellow.
I'm getting it.
Damn if you don't need some blue.
Yeah.
And that's what it's calling for. But you're being withheld from it because, and it's not just gospel music either, or gospel rap. It's anything that's a genre or something that tries to lock you in artistically, to say that you can't make a song like Old Town Road, or you can't make a song like Nelly did with the other country artists.
Or Weezy made that country song.
Nelly?
Weezy Wayne?
Weezy did one too?
Yeah, he did a country song. I think it was either he was rapping on a country beat, or he made a country song with another dude, the country singer or something like that.
Okay, yeah, bird. Yeah, but yeah, so what I realized is I was more so of a conscious artist, but my gift allows me to listen to whatever I want, mimic whatever I want, entertain whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I like all forms of music also, like, you know what I mean? I listen to all kinds of music. So with that said, if you're talking about some of the stuff from that new project that I let you hear, it's definitely night and day from other stuff. But I would say it's definitely geared towards picking up traction. It's really marketing. I would say the real P.Smith is that music too, but it's definitely more conscious than anything. But sometimes the way this game works, man, you can't give them real artistry until
you're ready.
You do what the gatekeepers need to get you in, and when you're in there and you solidify and you gain a base, then you can. It's not necessarily even faking it. It's just being boxed in again. It's because even that's a box.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's right. That was the wrong terminology.
It's just being boxed in. You know what I mean? So I know I have to make this kind of record to get my foot in here. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with making that kind of record.
Yeah.
And if that's all you are is that kind of record, then I guess you in a good place. But Yeah. There's nothing wrong with making records like that, but it's definitely shouldn't be the only thing you have the ability to make. And if you look at any artist, I don't care who they is, if they're very conscious or very good, their beginning was not conscious. J. Cole's beginning wasn't conscious. If you look at the songs that Kendrick could have never put How to Pimp a Butterfly as his first EP. His career would have failed. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, 100%. I don't think he'd have blew up like that without.
He wouldn't have blew up. Period. He had to have songs like Poetic Justice. He had to have songs like Don't Kill My Vibe. Yeah. He had to have records like that.
You're right, bro.
He couldn't get in. J. Cole had to have records. J. Cole was actually the light-skinned Letterman jacket. People forget that. He was the pretty boy when he first came. He was Cold World. He had lots of chick songs. Yeah. But he was always the conscious J. Cole. Yeah. And then he had to transition to.
Now
he was able to do whatever he wants. Like you look at Kanye as a great example. He's in a church running out in fire and wearing red jackets. It might be weird. It could be whatever you want. But he's able to do it because it's Kanye. Yeah, no one else could do that. No one else could do that. He's afforded the ability to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, real talk.
Because of how far he's made it. Yeah. He couldn't come out of burning church and all this stuff 10 years ago. We'd have been like, what?
This nigga crazy.
Who is this guy?
He's crazy.
This the guy that produced for Jay-Z. We'd have been like, nah. But he came out properly, you know. College dropout, he came out, you know.
Yeah. So now you word that.
Definitely. It affords him the ability to do it, to be in no box, because he's in no box.
But now here's the thing.
No wall, there's no box around it.
No, he's done with the box. Fuck the box.
Oh, no, he threw the box. Burn the box. Remember that little box on Metal Gear Solid?
Man,
there's no box.
All up, that's done.
No box. Nigga has no box.
The box. He's winning. But here's my thing with
nigga burnt the box.
J. Cole, you were saying with J. Cole is, but now J. Cole has turned that music that he was forced to meet the gatekeepers at, and use that music now to turn into this conscious rapper that everybody fucks with. So I see where you're saying the journey must be. And so you're saying for a young artist to map out his journey, don't come into the game like, all right, I'm gonna take that back. That thought I was gonna say, because you said sometimes you have to, if you're only about making that kind of music, you're in a good place because you're gonna succeed, because that's the kind of music they're looking for, the gatekeeper.
You can get in. I won't say you might have a successful career because even that music, that Bach we're talking about, that music is fluff.
Yeah, it is. It don't got no substance.
Fluff don't guarantee.
That's that one hitter quitter.
Yeah, fluff don't give you a career, but it can get you in.
Yeah. So when young artists got to realize that they have to be diverse when they step into it. It can't just come in here and just every single song is yeah.
Yeah, they can't but from the standpoint of the fact that most of those people aren't coming in really with the idea of hip hop being their all in all anyway, and something like it's really like something like I don't care about names like Lil Pump. He won. I remember he said he started rapping a year ago or something. A lot of these rappers ain't been rapping long. No, they just pick it up. They just pick it up because the rap is at the level of like a playful cipher among friends that drink. Like you ever just been around your friends? Y'all ain't no rappers, but y'all all rap, and just cause y'all drinking or whatever. Rap is almost at that level. It's almost at a karaoke level where you can enter the door at that level of skill. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna knock it because, like I said, give people opportunities. Yeah. But if you're gonna come in with the fluff and that's all you got, make sure that you hold down your bread. Make sure you hold down your money.
It's gonna get funny.
Because it's not gonna be there. You know what I mean? You gotta have substance to last.
See, you don't have substance. The thing about being in the rap industries is it's a ever, I won't say evolving, because it always rotates to almost the same thing: money, sex, drugs, or conscious rapping, or you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the same genres of rap, but they change how they do it, like per generation. Every generation comes up with their own version of rap, hip hop, or music, right? Because now they're saying that. Now they're saying that country music has more pop in it than it used to before, or they have hip hop country now. So country's changing. Now hip hop music used to be more in the 90s. It was more gangbanger tune, more hate the police, You know what I'm saying? Now we went through a phase when the 2000s were more party phase, have fun, dance, go out. And then they went through the thug phase of what, 50 Cent? G-Unit? G-Unit was a whole phase.
Let me give a quick story on 50 Cent G-Unit though. I remember I was in Jamaica. I was around 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And Paul sent me it was this red and black G-Unit shirt and army pants. I don't know if you remember that shit, bro. You don't remember? Hey,
I don't.
This red and black, like I think it was a black was it black? Yeah, it was a black body and the sleeves was red and right here it was written like G-Unit.
Hey, you tell me,
hey, nigga, I wore that shirt for like a month straight. I couldn't take it off.
Yo, I saw family pick up.
Hey,
but yo, as we went through,
I had a lot of respect for 50 Cent. I was fucking with this nigga hard.
50? What?
Paul. To this day.
I don't remember.
50 Cent, my nigga.
50. And now we in this generation of rap where they're, you know the thing about Paul? I have a question for you, Paul. The influence that music have on children and people in general can be so overwhelming at times. Does that affect how you write your music and what you choose to put on paper and put out to the public?
Nah, I just make music about whatever is real to me.
Nah. I'm sorry, go ahead, cuz.
Nah, I don't. Whatever's real to me, man. I just put it out. I usually don't use too much profanity in my music though, because my kids listen to it. But nah, I make music about whatever I want. But it definitely this is what I say about that, bro. Yeah. Music ain't no filters no more, man. Like there is a genre of things in any industry that is for adult consumption, be it a video game. That's why there's ratings. You know what I mean? That's why there are ESRB ratings. That's why, you know what I mean? But it's no filter, so the kids can listen to anything. But at the same token, you as a parent can make sure your damn kids don't listen to certain stuff.
True facts.
With the internet and how it is, they probably will, but you also control the internet. At the end of the day, I agree that some subject matter, yes, children listen to it, but does that mean that in all these different industries that children have access to, like for instance, or if you direct pornography, right? That's what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Are you going to think about consciously what you do with your pornography because there's children out there that go on the internet and look at it? Should their asses be on the internet looking at it? No. You're making your content for us. For us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not making this content for your child to look at. So if he is that. Right. So if he's I'm not thinking about, well, don't put that thing all the way up in here, you know, Sally might be watching. I'm not gonna base how I direct this film based on what kids think. You feel me? So
content is made for adults. That's your job to guard your kid
from watching that or listening to that. You know what I mean? So but it's hard. It's hard for two reasons, because we don't parent properly anyway. We just kind of slap the internet in front of them because it's the easy way to get them away and
so you can do your thing.
But it's you gotta try to control that, man. You gotta kind of control what they can watch, because man, my daughter be watching Paw Patrol, and it'll go from Paw Patrol to Elsa to pregnant Elsa. Spider-Man? Right, so,
Elsa?
They had this woman dressed up like Elsa, but she was pregnant and she was messing with Spider-Man. I'm like,
we gonna skip that.
Yeah, how did I left you at Paw Patrol and I'm back and it's a pregnant Elsa.
Like, that's not what we're doing. We're not preaching pregnant Elsas.
Right.
We're not supporting a pregnant Elsa, bro.
Right. So I have to come back and say, well, yo, I cut it off. You feel me?
Yo, and you know what's crazy about that is the internet is geared towards that. That's the fucked up part. So as you're sitting there trying to, now I can't I cannot consciously as a parent say that the internet is bad for kids because it is their future. It is their life. It is what it's going to be. The internet is going to be a big part of their life.
It's not bad for kids.
No, it's not. But you have to introduce to them properly. And you have to watch so much because that internet will guide them to shit that they're not supposed to be on. What the fuck is pregnant Elsa? So you telling her, okay, it's okay to go get pregnant by Spider-Man? So now you're creating an image in your child's mind of two weird ass motherfuckers being pregnant.
but at the same time, that's why you gotta kind of watch your kids.
It's definitely a difficult job. That's
safeguard them from the internet because they'll end up seeing things that they shouldn't see
at all. And then you start. That's the thing I think with music. Music has such a big influence on society in general. Not just like the individual, it affects greatly because music can take you out of emotional moments that you're going through.
You know my thing. This is my belief. I don't feel like music influences people. I feel like this is what I feel like music does. Music sets tones and it evokes emotions. And in certain cases, let's say maybe you're angry, sad, whatever, it does that. What influences is culture, and music is usually can be attached to a culture. But it's culture because hip hop is actually not music. Hip hop is breakdancing. Hip hop is this. Hip hop is swag. Hip hop is an attitude. Hip hop is more than music. Music is our way of broadcasting our culture. Mm-hmm. Our culture is actually the Black culture. If you go deep, man, it comes from slavery. It comes from putting us in these environments after slavery. And those are the cultures that came out of these environments that they put black people in.
Yeah.
And out of that culture came breaking, when they had the little dazzles. These are the things that came out of the culture. And then that was the culture. And out of that, they decided, let's start rapping. But it's not so much the music, it's actually the culture. You know what I'm saying? That is what influences everybody to do things. Like, if you look at females like who got the hairstyle where like they got half their hair shaved off, right? Half of it's bald, half of it is hair. If you told a chick 10 years ago or 15 years ago, you know what would be hot, shorty? Just shave half your joint off.
She'd slap the shit out your ass.
Just shave off half your joint, leave the other joint, make this a fade and do a little tape.
It looked like the motherfucker from Mortal Kombat.
Nigga, I'm trying to get a bob, nigga.
Like, get him out of here.
But it's not that anybody sang a song and said, shave off half your hair. No, it's the culture.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The culture dictates. If the culture says, let's wear nightgown shirts, we all wearing nightgown shirts. If the culture says, nigga, wear the shirt that stick on to you, it's not that a nigga sang it. You know what I mean? It's culture. You know what I mean? And culture supersedes everything. Everything has a culture and will have a music that comes out of that culture. Even if it's African culture, it could be a drum that is known in that culture that comes from out of that culture. But it's not the music. All the music does is evoke emotions. It can evoke spirits. We don't get that deep, but it evokes emotion and it does things of that nature. And it can, I would say, it can ignite you. It can inspire you, but in bad ways. But it's not necessarily the music. Like if us three, we gangbangers.
Yeah.
We need to go kill some nigga because he killed our homeboy last week.
Yeah.
On the way to going there,
I'm gonna play some 50 Cent.
We need to play some music. It's not that 50 Cent is making us kill niggas and gangbang. We are part of gangbang culture.
Yeah.
But we need a song to get right to before we let the toasters off. Is it Tupac? Is Tupac making us shoot people?
No.
But he do got a damn good song to shoot niggas too. You see what I'm saying?
To look at it.
But it's not him influenced gangbang culture. Our parents. Parenting, our upbringing
never looked at it like that.
Has brought us to shoot guns. Yeah. Because at the same time, there's a white kid, and he's listening to 50 Cent too.
And he ain't doing no shooting.
But he's going to go to Harvard
and write papers.
He's going to go to a good school, and while he's at school, he's going to be like, "Gee, Nick,
50."
But he's going to do his homework. He's gonna be doing homework while he listens to it. Why isn't the music making him kill people? Because the music's not making anyone kill people.
Facts.
It's the culture.
The culture is the influencer of everything.
Here you go.
Yeah, I never ever thought about it like that. When you see, I'm saying, that's when you looking at things and being critical thinkers and thinking about the big pictures and talking to people like us and talking to Paul, it invokes so much people. So as you're watching this, don't forget, like it. We need it. Like it up. As you
share, subscribe,
15,
comment.
If it's 20 of y'all watch it, like it. If it's 50 of y'all like it, subscribe. Go ahead and share it. Comment. As Paul is giving this out, all you young new artists coming in and you guys trying to get knowledge of the game and what's really going on. He's trying to lace y'all shoes up, and it's free. It's free game. He giving y'all right, and they say the game is supposed to be sold, not told, and he giving it to y'all for free. So go ahead, like, subscribe, and share, man. Don't forget. Paul.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you right now, just talking to you as we're talking to you, Paul, I'm learning a lot. You know what I'm saying? And just from learning about this music and how greater influence culture has than you really think about it. Because because you realistically, as you said, Paul, that culture really is the basis for everything. Like, it really it's not the music, it's the culture that influences the music, and the music is what people do the culture to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's heavy. That's heavy to think of, because it's not, I don't really look at color. I think everybody at this stage is supposed to look past color. It's culture that definites. It's the culture that separates us. It's culture that separates us. Because our culture is so different and has been affected in so much of a greater way than any other culture, that we came out of it completely changed as a people. The view of us as a people, how we operate as a people changed. You know what I'm saying? Coming from even black people coming born and raised in France operate differently because of our history.
Hip-hop culture.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's
It's good and bad. It's good and bad.
Yeah, but how do you? Man, this has got me all kind of thinking about all kinds of stuff, man.
I'll say this, as being a rapper or being a person that does music, it does afford you the ability to be a leader of culture, because you become almost a representative of the culture that is behind whatever music that you sing, even if it's country music and you're a part of that culture. When you're a musician or artist and you get put on that pedestal, it kind of does put you as a representative in a sense for influence of the culture, and not so much in the music you make, but in how you walk or how you live. Because I'll give you an example. Before NWA, music was different with rap, because I know some dudes from back in that time. I know this DJ, man, he from Long Beach. He was with Snoop and all of them. He did a lot of music in the West Coast. And he used to break it down how if you was into hip hop back then, you was looked at as weird, because the culture of gang banging or the culture of thugging had not yet been really introduced. There was a culture, and black people knew this street culture existed, but the only thing that was being promoted from our culture at that time was party or anything political, because of this, what they put black people in. That's what was coming out of the culture.
I remember that. I remember that era. I remember that.
So if you was a person that liked hip hop, niggas from the block looked at you like you was weird, like you doing that spinning stuff or you wearing a little weird little design. Like
all this shit.
Nigga, that's that lame stuff.
Yeah.
Now what NWA was able to do is not that they made people do none of that. That was on their block. That was a culture that they knew. Yeah. The police culture, the gang culture, the dope boy culture. They became ambassadors for it, in the sense that they became, people that's in the culture now that are influencers now. Mm-hmm. So now whenever you see this man wearing his Jerry curl. You might have been from Oklahoma, and now you see Ice Cube with a hat, with a Raiders hat on and Jerry curls, and you think that is the coolest shit you've ever seen in your life. World. Yeah. What, this nigga got a Jerry curl?
How?
With a Raiders hat, nigga, with all black, and it's that silky. Look cool. I'm getting me a Raiders hat, nigga, and I'm about to get the S curl kit now.
Right now.
He's an influencer of culture because as being an artist, it puts him in the forefront. Yeah. But other influence of the culture would be just people in the culture, people around your neighborhood, because they influence culture too. Because sometimes you hear when the slang change, it's not that the rappers made up the slang either. It came from the culture. And the rappers just put it out there, broadcasting it to you, and they're the face of it. So they do influence culture, and there's a certain responsibility you have as a person. Because because whatever type of person you are, that's what they want to be like.
Yeah. Hey Paul, look, I have something. Based on what you said, I have something I really want to bring up. But before that, I just want to get an understanding of who your influences are musically today. Before I get into the question that I want to ask.
My influences in rap, I started rapping when I was 6 years old.
Oh,
and my influences in rap.
It's in him, not on him.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my influences is kind of surprising, but Buju Banton was one of my biggest influences.
Me too. I love Buju.
Buju, straight.
Yeah, Buju Banton, Biggie.
In brackets though, that was our father's favorite artist. I don't know if you knew that, but
Buju Banton.
Yep.
He definitely mine. He definitely my favorite reggae artist.
Yeah.
Definitely mine. Till I'm Laid to Rest, all them songs like that. My mom used to play, and Buju is a lyricist.
He's a muse. Yo, it's the man is a storyteller. Yo, the first CD.
Buju nice, man.
The first CD I ever get in my life, my mother sent to me from foreign. And she sent me a CD player, and she sent me the Buju Banton CD, Till Shiloh. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget that CD, man. That is one of the listen, my
classic, bro. To this day.
Definitely.
Classic, bro.
I don't understand all that now. Academy Award and whatever music award. And one of the best songs, yo, from start to finish, you not have to skip nothing. And every song nick the right moment.
Relevant.
And time.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, Buju,
what about rap though, Paul? Are there any
rap?
Yeah.
Rap, it's rap influences too, of course. I was growing up in Brooklyn. So Wu-Tang.
You see the beard.
Wu-Tang Clan. Definitely wasn't about the beard back then. But Wu-Tang,
true.
Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
What about the refugees and Fugees?
They was cool, but they wasn't influencing me to write. Like there wasn't people who
come on, bro. They wasn't
who I listened to so much. You said something about music changing earlier, about generations and the music changing. Yeah. That happens because every generation ear is attuned to whatever they're listening to at that time. And as the time changes and the hand switches of who's the artist, the new generation that's growing up, because they didn't listen to Biggie or because they didn't listen to certain things, their ear is not attuned to it. So it's kind of like, I'll give you an example.
Oh,
I'll give you an example. Okay, you like the era of hip hop that you grew up listening to, right? Mm-hmm. But I guarantee you don't bump Rakim all day.
Nah,
you're not bumping. Do you when you want to listen to something that you really want to get some nostalgia? Do you throw on a Tribe Called Quest record?
Personally,
it depends on what song it is.
I'm old school.
It depends on what.
Let's not say Tribe Called Quest. Tribe Called Quest.
I might not throw on a Tribe Called Quest.
Let's go back.
I could definitely throw on a KRS-One.
Let's go back some more. Let's go back some more. The point. This the point I'm making.
I get the point you're making.
It might not sound. It's like you might even for to get paid homage, but the sound is not like what.
Yeah,
really
for real.
It don't rock to you because that's not culture. What you grew up listening to as a child.
The culture, you know what I'm saying? Changed.
Now, right. So now when a new set of kids grow up and all they listen to is the South takeover, the Southern takeover, because the South then took over. So since then they've been listening to that. They've listened to a different beat. Yeah. When they hear somebody like rap with with the cadence that's more like a Jada Kiss or something, and it's that line of cadence. They didn't grow up listening to that. No. So it sounds like what it might sound like to you to listen to Kool Herc, or to listen to Dougie.
How it sounded.
If you listen to Dougie Fresh, you like. But if you find somebody in their 40s, their late 40s or 50, throw on a Dougie Fresh record, that means going crazy. And you sitting there like, okay,
right? What is that?
But then throw Biggie on, okay. But then if you throw on Lil somebody, you be like,
what is a little?
You see what I'm saying? But it just depends on you as the individual and what your ears are tuned to and what.
Cause we are the ones been fighting for the right to vote. The right to vote. It's no place that seems safe. So they've been praying for the night to go.